Yeah. Or sit and meditate. Now you want to you want to adjust, you want to see whether you're taking too much food or not. This is the best moment. Why? After taking your meals, you rest for about half hour to 1 hour, and you try to sit and meditate. And try to focus on the solar plexus area, the what's called lower abdomen area. And we discover that if you overeat or consume too much food, you will feel very uncomfortable, discomfort, right? And of course, for those who are fasting, you feel very well, very good. And for those who just take the minimum amount just to kill the hunger, you got no issue at all. You don't feel the kind of discomfort, uneasiness, the kind of tightness that's building up in the body. Right. And you can easily focus. You are able to locate your pivot point or your anchor point on your lower abdomen area. And very easily you can focus on the object and let this breath, breathing in, breathing out by itself. And this kind of what we call natural way of meditation is very conducive for people who has always think a lot. You have to complete your task, you have to write out your assignment, so you have to crack your head. It involves a lot of mental energy into thinking, planning. As such, you feel mentally drained, mentally very tired. So we want to temporarily pluck out from this change of thoughts, of thinking. So we switch our attention that you have been focusing on your thoughts, on thinking, to the lower abdomens. There's a form of energy in your lower abdomens. The breath, body, right? We label it like a form of a breath, sensations on your lower abdomen. Try to put your awareness at these sensations. Stay with the sensation of this breath on your lower abdomen. You don't have to focus, you don't have to force yourself to focus there. Just direct your attention and be aware of the lower abdomen. And you can see the reactions that it can trigger off, like pushing out of the gas, like what I'm experiencing now. Even though I'm talking, but my attention is on the lower abdomen, this anchor point. And we let it rest there. in the relaxed mode, right? Maybe your mind is still thinking of other things, leave it to the thinking process. We classify that part of the brain as thinking process. Because in our mind, body and mind, the body consists of the breath elements, the fire elements, the water element, and the earth elements. Right? When these four elements mix together, it forms what we call this body of a human form with different gender. And we have so-called our mind. In Bali word we call citta, right? Or your heart. It's not a physical heart. It's a labeling terms to define this awareness. It can be called citta, it can be called awareness, it can be called your heart. And what are the compositions in this mind of ours? We have the mind that can feel. We call it vedana. The feelings they can perceive through your mind door. Right? And you can remember things. The process of this brain, you can remember things. And at the same time, it can analyze, contemplate, consider. So, we round up all this process as mind. Now, and you have this awareness that you're aware that you have this body, you're aware there's a breath, there's a feeling, and you're also aware that your mind can think, your mind can direct your attentions towards the solar plexus, lower abdomen, for this time, lower abdomen. And for certain individual, that your solar plexus is more prominent, or even your forehead is so prominent. So we just focus on the part that is more prominent to the individual in the practice, right? Maybe last night you're sitting and from the lower abdomen, it opened up to your solar plexus, and now it's opened up to the forehead. So once you sit down, you feel that, oh, the most prominent part that you can feel now, you can feel it, is your forehead. So we just focus and rest on the forehead. Very, very relaxed and natural breathing. No tension or no pressure should be exerted. We should be in a mode, like when we're lying down, the kind of mode, M-O-D-E, mode, relaxed mode, the mode that we are resting. This is very good for people who think a lot. Let yourself immerse or sink into this feeling. To let your mind rest. When your mind don't think, when your awareness stay put, when your awareness stay put in one object, no thinking involved. You don't intentionally go and think. You just be aware of this sensational feeling with your in and out breath, and you also at the same time perceive, you can feel the energy is expanding. And we need this kind of rest station for the mind. So this is how an individual is able to anchor yourself with the focusing and awareing of the feeling inside your body. It's very beneficial, and for those people who are able to do it, all will agree it's very, very beneficial for your mind. It really builds up your confidence, your trust in the meditations practice, especially we call it sitting meditations. We always have doubt. We always have this kind of uncertainty in us. Hey, where should I focus? Hey, how should I focus? How come I can't calm my mind down? And this and that, and we keep going back to the books. Don't worry. You have a mind, you have a body. Direct your mind, go back to the body, go back to the solar plexus. You will find the answer there. And it creates a kind of happiness, gladness here. Every time when you're tired, you just go to that spot. And you find yourself that, there's nothing more wonderful than this mindfulness training. Be mindful of the sensation of this body, and it helps you to replenish, revitalize your mental energy, so you can have a good rest. When we rest, you gain what? Energy. You gain concentration power. And your awareness also becomes sharper. You see the differentiation, even your body, even this body can be sneezing and discomfort arises, but it doesn't disturb your concentration at all, because the concentration is very undisturbed. It's with the object, hook up with the object, like glue. You glue it, elephant glue, just glue it. These are the we call it, if you understand Thai, right? The Thai teacher always label this kind of breath as sticky breath, very sticky, and the mind just stick to it. And the individual practitioners, he or she will know when your mind got enough rest, your mind has already gained the mental energy, or your mind has been charged. You know. Why? The minute you try to leave this center point and you find, it's still very, you don't feel good at all. So if you don't feel good, go back there again. Go back. Don't be in a hurry to go out and look for, like a scavenger, look for object to be latching on again. Stay inside here. If you stay inside here, you are protected from all danger. The sight, the sound, the smell, the feelings of external sensory gland can't influence you, because we're in a sitting posture. Our eyes are shut. Our ear is always ready to listen to sound, but our eyes are shut. Both eyes are shut. And our nose still operate naturally. And your tongue got no taste of longing to external things, nothing. Your body has been controlled in the disciplined form, sitting posture form. The sitting posture of a warrior. Why we say warrior? Because we have to face a lot of challenges the minute we open our eyes. You see how this mind consciousness zoom out to take on the sight and start to label things. Plus, this untrained mind that thinking the way habitually has been trained to think in this way, start to label things again. Your eyes, your ear, you can see, the mind go and latch on to a lot of unnecessary object again, and brings you a lot of mental energy discharge unnecessarily. That's why this training is to discipline our mind, is to discipline our mind to come to this present moment and to locate a skill in how to center our mind in this present moment. We need to develop a skill. We need to find a way, know-how, DIY. Like Luang Pu Man's training and all the great teachers of Thailand, they were using the word Putto, repetitions, meditation teams. They don't just Putto mentally, First, they locate a spot that has been explained before. It can be your lower abdomen, the solar plexus, or your forehead. Whatever spot you feel comfortable and easy, manageable by oneself, because everybody got different body conditions. And by focusing on the spot of the body, at the same time, we repeat the word Pato, 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 Pato. Now, what is the intentions, or what is the purpose? Rather, what is the purpose? Again, we want to instill what? Mindfulness back to the body, back to the mind. The focus is to anchor your attention back to the body. And the word Putto is to create a focal point. That means it's got two strings, two types of anchor point. One is awareing, shifting back to the feeling, and Putto. This is mindfulness training. Right? You don't underestimate. Just this simple move. First, locate, second, feel it, and then bam, focus there. Just simple feeling. Either use Putto or breathing in, breathing out. Right? All these methods are just a method. Methods are way for us to direct our mind into calmness, because we really lack this kind of knowledge. We really lack this kind of mental exercise. And that is why we can be practicing Buddhism for a long time, and yet we are stuck on the book level, knowledge level. Personal experience, we don't have. Right? And in order to achieve and attain this kind of personal experience, we have to really sit down, right? Using the proper method, proper instructions that have been instructed just now, since last night. And you sit down and focus there. As has been mentioned earlier, try to stick with this breath, sensation of breath, as long as possible. That means keep focusing it while you're sitting as long as possible. Focus until you feel that you want to withdraw. You have enough. The enough comes from inside. Not that 1 hour clocking. No. You can be sitting for 1.5 hours, 2 hours. The minute you try to withdraw back into normalcy, normal state, you feel inside still very weak. Boom! If you have time, going again. Let it rest. That is why Saturday, Sunday, we encourage people to practice, because we understand working life. Monday to Friday, maybe you make a resolution. I want to sit and meditate at least one day, how many hours, blah, blah, blah. But you are sitting, but your mind can't restore or can't gain the kind of energy, the kind of rapture, the kind of happiness that you ever acquired before. It really needs space, time, opportunity, and you just sit quietly by yourself. From there, we will learn how to appreciate life, how to appreciate the quiet moment of our life. All our life we have been living in engagement with external things. There's worldly thing. And our mind, mental energy has been discharged. You have to discharge your energy externally in order to materialize or to do your duty, to perform your responsibility. Right? And after that, how you feel when you have to do your duty or attending to your work that involve a lot of planning and thinking and socializing with people, associating with people. You feel tired inside, wow, like very tired. That person, your energy has been sucked. Energy flat. Even though you might want to go and sleep, but the sleep doesn't replenish the energy that you can attain from your sitting. Totally different. And that's why when we come and sit, we try not to talk. We try to maintain the golden silent moment for ourselves. So rare, so hard to come by. Keep to yourself, put inside, and you maintain the posture, the stand, the steady stand in your mind. Very, very gentle. The happiness that arises within here. No word can describe. And you become very reasonable. I don't know why. Because why? Your mind is balanced. You won't be agitated so easily. Because your mind, you know how to empower yourself. You know how to enrich yourself with the practice so that you have this kind of spiritual energy to enhance your mind. And you feel good. And when the practice goes along, the more you sit, the more the feeling of these breath elements from a very coarse, C-O-A-R-S-E, a very coarse type of breath, sensations. The more you focus on, the more you watch it, just aware it, the more you transform itself into a more refined energy forms. From coarse to refined. From refined to lightness. And gradually you find yourself like someone turn on the light. And you thought that, hey, who is shining a torchlight in front of me? Or who is, I forgot to off the light or what? You open your eye, hey, it's dark. You close your eye, hey, the brightness appeared again. So all these are the plus point, all these are the beneficial part of meditation practice that will enhance one spiritual growth internally. And we keep doing it, practicing as a practice comes, goes along with practice, and we slowly think will unfold by itself. It's something that happens within ourselves, that everybody will experience different kinds of symptoms that will arise in your mind. Maybe certain people got no brightness, nothing at all. It's okay. You are not wrong. It's just like your mind take longer time, right? There's a lot of negative thing that is going on, and you need to clear up internally. Let this thing clear up by itself slowly, right? Let your mind have enough rest. This is how we practice to calm the mind. Right? You can repeat the word Putto, Putto, Putto. You watch the breath. All these are methods. Methods to contain our troubled mind, to be in the discipline mode. When we talk about Moranasati, right, we have covered Puttanusati, Metancha, Asupan, impurity of the body. Now we're going to cover on the Moranasati, recollection of death. Why does the Buddha's teaching instructed us to recollect death meditations? Its purposes is to counter recklessness, ignorance, taking for granted. We always thought that, wow, don't worry, life is forever. Right? Life is not forever. There's a limitation to life. And how do we contemplate death so that we won't behave ourselves to be ignorant, to take things for granted, and when opportunity arises for the practice, we don't practice. The opportunity to do chanting, sitting meditations, doing dana, practice generosity, we overlook. We thought that never mind, we do some other time. Right? When death called upon us, we will regret, I should have done this, I should have done that. Sorry. The condition has gone. There's no condition or opportunity for us or for he or she to do, because we have missed the opportunity. With this kind of mind state, when we start to recollect the urgency of life, you don't wait. When there's opportunity to do things, to do good, straight away we do it. We don't adopt the kind of wait and see, next time. You don't have the next time. The moment your breath leaves this body, that's it. You look at this body of ours, we are still young, strong, with all the 32 parts of the body, healthy. And not handicapped. We are so blessed with this kind of body that we can practice the Dhamma or Buddhism, the teaching of the Buddha, in full swing. We can sit, we can walk. We don't need someone to assist us. What kind of blessing, what a beautiful blessing we have to have this healthy body, healthy mind. And that's why we gather here to practice, to encourage each other to move on, to have an exchange of the Buddha's teaching on the progress of every individual, and to enhance the kind of faith and encouragement. That's why good practice is very essential for inexperienced beginner or experienced practitioner, but still grubbing, still uncertain. The uncertainty is still in themselves. They are not sure at all. So you need to move as a group. We need to unite so as to encourage each other so that you won't fall apart. Right? Even the very least kind of skillful action meritorious deed in terms of dana, already we are supporting the growth of Buddhism. Don't underestimate. Right? A lot of people like to say, it's in your heart, it's in your heart. I say, yes, we know it's in the heart. But we still need supposition thing to practice, like a monastery, a place of a hall for everybody to gather. We start out small, right? Like what I witnessed for myself, watching the growth of metta conventions. Start out with a small office, right? And you move to a bigger space now, right? It happened by itself. Of course, there are many cause and conditions happening. And why people trust us? Because we are doing the right thing. We are propagating the right thing. Just like what we are training ourselves. Is for what purposes? For the goodness of oneself. That's why each and individual represents the teachings of the Buddha, of what we have learned, of what we have practiced, of what we have experienced. And we only explain to what we know. We don't go beyond something we doesn't experience, we never know, we can't do it, and we talk about it. We don't do that. So this hands-on experience is very important to every practitioner. So he or she can prove to themselves that, okay, my practice, I reached this kind of standard, this level. That was my understanding. There's a lot of things to be improved. Okay, we know it. We know all these things and we improve. We try to move forward. And these are the positive attitude we should adopt. Because Buddhism doesn't teach us to rely on external things. It's more of a self-salvation, self-help. In terms of the precept, observance, the 5 precepts, the 8 precepts, the 10 precepts for Samanera, and the 227 precepts for the monks, bhikkhu. We are responsible for our own practice, right? And that's why we have this common goal. We want to improve, we want to practice. So each one will help each other out when we come to a gathering, a retreat like that. You sit, sometimes you sit, and you feel that you don't want to sit anymore, but you open your eye, your friend's just sitting there, uh-oh, I better sit. Right, you sit back, and that's good. But on the other hand, you sit and you feel that you want to stretch your leg a bit, you want to walk, by all means go ahead. Do your walking meditations. By now, I believe these sensations of this breath has a really immediate throughout the body now. Your body may feel the heat that's channeling externally now. And at the same time, you can notice that mentally your mind also brighten up. Initial stage, it takes about 45 minutes to 1 hour, right? But as you are a seasoned practitioners. And after you emerge from the concentrations practice, you maintain the calmness within yourself. That means you maintain the mindfulness and be aware of, stay with this present awareness. And whatever thing you do, just be mindful, and you can see the wonders of this mindfulness. Your mind can be thinking of things, but you are still aware of this present. Remember, I repeat, aware of this present of mind. Standing, I know I'm standing. Walking to the toilet, I know I'm walking to the toilet. Going to the back for a cup of tea or coffee or drinks, you know, I'm thirsty now, I need some drinks. Go. I want to do some stretching. Go, do your stretching. You see, your mind that is composed, it doesn't react on external thing. You know, just keep maintaining this kind of awareness whole day. Whole day. Then you find that even though there's thoughts that is streaming out from your mind, but awareness stay put. Your awareness doesn't run after the thought. You just acknowledge there's a thought, but you stay with this awareness. Right? The awareness notice there's the discomfort of bodily feeling arising now. The twitching, pain, fury, burning sensation on your leg or your thigh. You just notice it and watch it. Just watch it. Just watch it. And at certain stage, you find your mind can't withstand it anymore. This awareness will zoom up. Bang. Wow, very painful. Can you see? The labeling that zoom out from your mind. To label is painful. Where the feeling itself doesn't say anything. The feeling only manifests the sensational feeling of heatiness and so forth. Discomfort and so forth. The feeling never say anything. Who say? Our mind. You come back again. Just now was not so sharp. Come back here again. And you maintain. Watch it. Certain sound from external sound comes in. You see how your mind zoom out and start to label. Once you spot it, once you notice the arising of a thought and zoom out, you stop straight away. If your mindfulness is sharp enough. And if you still can't perform it, then you got to go back to an anchor point. That means we still not firm enough, right? We still hold on to the foothold. It's okay. You are safe. Rather than you let your mind being influenced by This kind of thought that you cannot control at all, and in the end, you got so tired and all this rubbish, garbage, perforating up in our mind. Right? And we talk about mindfulness of death. This body of ours sure to die. When? We don't know. Die in which form? What form? We don't know. Sick and die? Or what kind of death? We don't know. But the death of the body is one thing. But this mind of ours never die. This mind state, after leaving this body, it will take rebirth again in other forms. And in this regard, what form is that? If you were to maintain meditations like was explained just now, transforming these breath elements from a coarse energy to a refined energy, from a refined to lightness, lightness to brightness, then you become refined beings. That means you won't at the detachments of body and mind. We just stay with this awareness as bright. We don't follow any visions or what, no. Stay put. And you see these separations, natural separations. And where is there to doubt which realm you will go? No doubt. No doubt at all. Right? Deva realms. There are many realms that we have chanted the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. The different realms. The lowest is what? The 4 great kings. Right? Okay? And that will be the sharing for today. And I hope you can still continue your meditations. Huh?
Sadhu, sadhu.